Hello YouTube, StatueHunter's75 here with StatueHunter's Bags and Boards. It's episode 26, and you know what? It's New Comic Book Wednesday, January 23rd, 2019. Let's get into this. I got a lot of key issues, so this was a pretty intense haul this week, pretty expensive too. There's a lot of good books out this week, so a lot of key firsts. Anyway, let's get into them. We got here to start one of the hotter books this week, and the first comic shop I'll give out the shoutouts. First comic shop I popped in on was I went over to Harrison's Comics in Salem. Bear with me, I'm losing my voice, so I don't have much of a voice. But the first hot book of the week. It's running around a high of $10 already, and it's a very beautiful cover. It's the Lady Death Bombshells variant, and it's really no like first appearance or anything like that, but it's Lady Death Hell Raiders, and it's the Bombshells variant, Bombshell edition, and it's just beautiful. The tattoos, the boobs, the Betty Page look. So I picked up 3 copies because I just knew a cover this hot was going to be hot. So grabbed 3 over at Harrison's. I'm very happy to have acquired them. Another cool book, Cryptic Shadows. It's kind of going old school with an old school feel to it. Excuse me, I am really dealing with a cold here, and it's just getting worse and worse. It's basically a one-shot honoring Marvel's 80th anniversary in history of publishing horror comics. So this is the actually the variant cover art by John Tyler Christopher. So grabbed a few copies of this because it had a really cool feel to it. I just felt like it might do something. I could be wrong, and I could be sitting on a lot of dollar bin books, but we'll see. Then we have The Mall number 3. This is from Scout Comics, and it's got they did a bunch of variants. I really wanted the Scarface variant, but nobody had it. So Larry did have this, so I picked it up. It's basically, this is the cover art. It's cover A. It's cover art by Rafael Luero, and it's paying homage to, obviously, Back to the Future with the DeLorean there. So I grabbed that. Then we went into War is Hell. And what the heck is going on with my iPad here? So War is Hell, basically, just trying to read you all the key info about this issue. It's basically a one-shot honoring Marvel's 80th anniversary and history of publishing war comics. So like the other one was horror comics, this is the war comics. I really wanted the variant with the X-Men on it, Wolverine and Captain America and a few others, but unfortunately I could not find that one at any store, and I went to 4 really good stores today. Unfortunately I didn't have it. This next one is the relaunch of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. It's a retelling of her origin and early adventures. There was some pretty cool variants. I managed to pick up this one, and I grabbed the one with the stake, with the smiles, and then the really cool one with her licking the vampire tooth sticking out, and she's licking her tongue. It's kind of sexy. Licking her lips with her tongue. Then also, another new book was Oliver number 1. This is Image Comics, and it's a twist on Charles Dickens' Oliver Twist, about a superpowered orphan in a post-apocalyptic world who is simultaneously fighting for the freedom of England and trying to discover the mystery behind his origin. So this might do something, you never know. I only picked up, I think I picked up 2 of these, one at another store. Then we have Punchline. Not really much of a key to it this week, but the book is hot, and it's got some traction, it's got some legs, so the first 2 First two were really good sellers, so I picked up this one. This is number 3, as you can see, and it's from Antarctic Press, same folks that bring you rags. So I picked that up. Another book that had some legs was Mega Ghost. I picked up the number 1 issue, and I just grabbed this number 2 issue. Nobody really talked about this. I don't know, just an independent book from Boombox. And they had a couple different covers, so I grabbed both Avant-Gardes. I never know, something might come out of it. So it was a number 1 issue, so I grabbed it. Really cool variant cover. I love this variant cover. This is almost like as good as the one that came out a couple weeks ago with all the sharks behind them. This is a variant cover out by Raphael Albuquerque, and it was sold out at Midtown Comics already. And it's got a bunch of killer whales behind him, and it looks like a few sharks as well. So just really cool visual of the ocean behind Aquaman there. And also, I think there was a first appearance in Aquaman 44 this week. First full appearance of Nama, the dragon god. So, just a cool cover. Shredder in Hell. So I picked it up. I'm not even sure if this came out last week and they got it delayed this week. I can't remember, but I picked that up. It looked like a cool cover. This was an older book that I was just really happy to acquire. First appearance of Riri Williams. This is actually her first full appearance, and it's the Apocalypse variant. The Horsemen of the Apocalypse variant cover. So it's Riri Williams here, Invincible Iron Man number 9 variant edition, as you can see. So very happy to have picked this book up. So that was what I got from Harrison's Comics. Big pickup would be the Riri Williams, of course, and the Lady Death bombshells. Moving on, I went to Paper Asylum. Paper Asylum, my friends over there at Paper Asylum, Pete and Anthony. Anthony takes such good care of me. I say Anthony. Pete takes care of me too, but Pete's never really there when I go in during the week. It's always Anthony. So I deal with Anthony a lot. Paper Asylum LLC, 166 Cabot Street. Here's a little tidbit of information. What does LLC stand for? Limited Liability Corporation. A lot of companies have LLCs. Anyway, it's 166 Cabot Street in Beverly, Mass, and that's their phone number. Just want to show you what a good guy Anthony is. You know, I pre-ordered it. Well, ordered it before all the hype. I asked for a copy of each cover of because I had some anticipation that it would be good. The White Widow from Jamie Tyndall, or Tyndall, whatever his name is, however you say it. But anyway, so a lot of stores, you know, it's selling on eBay, $30, $25, whatever, $40. A lot of hype. It's really taken off, got some legs. So a lot of stores would have been like, oh yeah, you know, you can have it, $20, you know, even though I reserved it and everything. But, you know, Anthony was very fair with me, and, you know, because I pre-ordered it, he gave it to me at cover price. So I was able to get a couple of the red variants, so 2 of those and 1 of the regular variant, all at cover price with my discount. So very happy for that. That's why I was showing the receipt, just to show, you know, how fair of a businessman he is. That's the 2 red for $7.98 minus the discount, and then you know, these things are selling like crazy. So that was very nice, Anthony. What happened? The reason it's a week late, you're probably like, oh, it came out last week, Statue Hunter. Well, the reason is their shipment got screwed up and lost. No fault of theirs, of course. So they finally got their shipment this week, a week late, but they got it. And Anthony was, like I said, always good to me. So I have nothing but good things to say about Paper Asylum, Pete and Anthony and Lauren, everybody over there and the whole team there. They're great. So I picked up a copy of War is Hell. We already discussed this. I also picked up a Guardians of the Galaxy. Really cool cover. I don't think there's any real major hype or first appearance. Let me just make sure. It is the variant cover art by David Marquez. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything like where there's a crazy, you know... I'm sorry. There is a key here. It's the first appearance of the new Guardians of the Galaxy. Star-Lord, Cosmic Ghost Rider, Phyla-Vell, Moondragon, Beta Ray Bill, and Groot. Okay? So that is cool. Alright. So I did not know that. Alright, good to know. So it is a key. There's so many variants on this. Anyway, yeah, I wasn't able to pick up all the variants that I wanted, but I got a few. So I did a few different stores. I got a few, so that's good. So anyway, moving on. Picked up another copy of the Cryptic Shadows. So just enjoying that. And Anthony got all the variants for me, so I got this variant, which is really cool with that monster lurking in like the cave there. And he also got me the really cool Venom variant, which I couldn't find anywhere, and I'm a huge fan of Venom, so very cool to get a Venomized variant. So very happy to get that. And Avengers. We have Avengers number 13. This is the A cover, and what deal with this is this is actually an origin of Fan Fei, Iron Fist 1 million BC. The woman who punched a dragon, Iron Fist 1 million BC. So that's Fan Fei, and it's the origin of her. Then we also have the Immortal Hulk, number 12, and it's the first appearance of the One Below All. So, and it's just a really cool cover art with Hulk in hell. I picked up a variant to that. We'll get to that. I think I grabbed it at another store. So psyched that he had this one. This is a hot new book, hot book of the week too. Heroes at Large number 1, and it's hilarious. It's basically a team of heroes from the 1940s are awoken in present day, retaining their political incorrectness. My sick, twisted sense of humor loves that, and I just think it's funny. Funny as all hell, and I think it's a great idea maybe for a movie down the road, or it could get some traction with a show maybe. Frozen in the 1940s, thought out in 2018. Heroes at Large 1, and it's Antarctic Press, the folks that brought you Rags and Punchline. So very cool. Glad to have gotten this. I actually picked up 3 copies, so that one and these 2 that I got Mylar'd up. So that was cool. And there we have it, the piece de resistance. The White Widow cover A, beautiful. And the 2 White Widows red foil variant covers. Very cool, very, very cool. I thought it said variant on it somewhere. I could be wrong, but I guess it doesn't. But this is the variant cover, and it's just so beautiful with that red foil. Look at that shimmer. So cool. So sexy, too, the Jamie Tyndall art. Me and Anthony were talking about this today. The character is basically a blatant ripoff of Venom and Spider-Man. Wonder when Marvel will put a cease and desist on it, if they do. Anyway, so that's what we grabbed today at Paper Asylum. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. All right, no books were harmed in the making of this video. Just knocked over the camera. Sorry about that, guys. That must have been entertaining. I really need to get a new tripod. More sturdy one. But anyway, that's what I picked up at Paper Asylum. Moving on. Where did I go next? Next, I went to Patrick's at Comically Speaking on Main Street in Reading. So I went to Comically Speaking, and I picked up, I'll let's start with well, this was just an image first, almost like a True Believers of Deadly Class, because I did buy this actual copy, but I don't want to read it because I want to get a 9.8 grade on it. So I bought this crappy image first, then for 75 cents off Pat, so I could read it. So I grabbed that. Got the variant, the Groot variant, which my son will love. Picked up a couple of these. I grabbed one at Pat's and I grabbed one at Counterplay of the Groot cover. Very psyched to get this 1 in 25 variant. I think it's a beautiful cover. I forget what it was, a Finch variant or something like that. But whatever it is, it's definitely a 1 in 25, and it's beautiful. Beautiful portrayal of Spider-Man. Nice piece of art right there. I actually might make that the thumbnail. Should do it with the White Widow, but there we go. All right, moving on. An older book, variant book. It's Lee and Yuk. I love his art. Very cool art. And it's a Conan verse, the Immortal Hulk. Immortal Hulk number 10. So pick that up. And Pat told me this had a good deal. Cover Alpha Flight. I think I reviewed this. I bought this. I didn't buy this today at Comically Speaking. I just put in the Mylar. I bought this yesterday at Comically Speaking. This was in my prior video with the mail call, which actually I haven't downloaded yet. I will download. But anyway, that was the 52, week 52. That was the final issue of that series. And then at Pat's today, I did pick up a cool little spec book. This is Reborn, which is a new series that got optioned. Let me see. It's an 80-year-old woman dies and is reborn in a fantasy world of magic and monsters. It's in production for Netflix with Sandra Bullock producing and Chris McKay directing for January of 2019. So it should be coming out soon, which is really cool. I love what Sandra Bullock's doing with Netflix, like Bird Box. That's pretty cool. I like that movie. I thought it was pretty damn cool. And this is the variant of issue 1. So this might, it's already garnering a high of 12. They're not really talking about what the variant's going for, but I did get 2 of the regular copy too. So, in nice condition. That's the regular copy of issue 1 of Reborn. So it's an image comic, of course. And there you have it. Really cool. These were half price, so for $2.50 you couldn't go wrong. Picked up a couple of Odysseys number 1. If anything ever takes off with that, $2.50 a piece. And Die, $2.50 a piece, number 1 issue. Pretty gory cover. So grab those too, also. And that was it for Comically Speaking. And last but not least, then after there, I ventured to go see my friend Eric on my way home at Counterplay Comics. Let me step over here and grab these, bring these more in the line of sight for you. So ended up grabbing these at Counterplay. Yeah, just picked up another copy of the actually, why don't we do this so you guys can see it better, get them more in the camera. I picked up another copy of the Shredder in Hell. Picked up this variant of Archie Horror number 1, Blossom 666, the Hack variant. So that's catching some good traction too. What else do we got here? Let's see. Batman. I don't think there was any keys to this Batman. The Archie. I don't think there was any keys to that. Just that it being a new comic. Yeah, the Batman Constantine. There was no real key relevance to that. Just a really cool cover. picked that up with the really cool artwork with Constantine on the cover and Batman. Naomi #1. So this is got some relevance. It's a new character in the DC universe. Basically, it's the premiere issue of an ongoing series by Brian Michael Bendis, introducing Naomi, a seemingly normal girl who has a connection to the DC multiverse. It's also part of DC Wonder Comics imprint, led by Brian Michael Bendis, directed towards younger readers. So we'll see how it does. It's the first issue. So, and I also picked up a pretty cool variant with her in like her high school locker with the picture of Superman in her locker and all that. So I thought it was pretty cool. Grabbed the variant cover as well. Aquaman, we already went over this. First appearance of that new god, Nama. And then, of course, with that awesome cover, I did grab a few more copies. And I was fortunate enough to get the Superior Spider-Man variant. Just a really cool variant cover with, what's his face on the cover? Terax, or whatever his name is. I believe that is his name, actually. I think I got it right there. Yeah, Terax. It's a variant cover by Mike Hawthorne depicting Terax attacking the Superior Spider-Man, who's obviously Otto Octavius. More Guardians. Picked up another Groot. My son will be happy. He loves Groot. My son's 2 years old and he's always like, I am Groot. And I grabbed a wraparound cover, which was really cool, with all the Guardians and Galactus wrapping around and the Cosmic Ghost Rider. Just a beautiful cover. I grabbed another Immortal Hulk. Grabbed the variant of it, which is cool too. The Guardians of the Galaxy variant. Grabbed another one of this first origin story of Fen-Fei. And I grabbed the Avengers variant cover just because it was a really cool variant. So I really liked it. The Guardians of the Galaxy variant for Avengers 13. And then grabbed another Cryptic Shadows and another War is Hell. So that's that. There you have it. Those are all my books for New Comic Book Day, January 23rd. So this has been an episode of Statue Hunters Bags and Boards. Hope you enjoyed it. All the information I brought to you and the cool variant covers. If you did enjoy the video, please hit the thumbs up, like it. If you're not already with us for the ride, why don't you subscribe and hit that little bell next to the subscribe button. That way you'll get constant updates, because I always do post new videos all the time. Hope you guys enjoyed. Have a great rest of your week, and as always, thanks for watching.